Hi everyone, we're here again to have another review of our lesson, and I'm doing this lesson with my summarizing. Is actually the same distance from zero. If we go back to our old the example that I just had a while ago using the number line, it is the other side of that given number. So -2 is 2 steps away from zero on the left side. So the opposite of that is 2 steps away from the right side, which will bring us to our next value, which is the absolute value of a given number. Okay, so remember, the opposite is just the other representation in the number line of that number. Either it's in a positive side or a negative side, so they become the opposite of each other. So at this point, we're talking about what is an absolute value. An absolute value is the distance away from the origin, wherever your starting point is, or to zero. But usually we start at zero. So when we talk about distance, it will always be positive. So when they ask you, how far are you in the east, so you or in the west, you could not say, oh, I'm 6 feet below the ground. Yeah, that is correct. And how that represents the number system, it represents -6. But you could just not say I'm 6 feet below you, or I'm 2 floors below you. You could say it like that, but you couldn't say I'm in -2. So where is that? It has to be very specific. That's why the absolute value will fix the problem of the distance, because you always have to say your distance in a positive proportion. So let's say you are at the west, so that will be your negative side. So you always say, wait, I'm on a -3 of your side. So where is that? So you could always say, I'm on a 3 blocks west, right? You don't say the negative number in a distance, it's always be positive. So let's say, for example, so in a number line, our reference will always be at 0. So if you're gonna say you stand at +5, and then the question will be, how far are you from 0? So your answer is 5, right? 5 away from 0. But usually when we say distance, we have this absolute value symbol, and it's gonna say 5. Okay, so let's say I'm on -4 on this side. So we'll say, where are you? I'm on -4. So but how far are you from 0? So you could say, oh, I'm 4 blocks away, or I'm 4 steps away from 0, or I'm 4 jumps away from 0. Okay, so let's say you are at 3. So you could say, oh, I'm 3 steps away at 0. So you could usually say absolute value of 3 is 3, because you're talking about distance. This happens only when you talk about distance or money. So how much do you owe the bank? Oh, I owe $7. I owe $7. That represents you owe $7. It means it's 7. All right. So you don't say, oh, I'm -7. I owe you -7. What does that mean? It means you owe 7 actually, right? It's not, the money doesn't count as a negative value, or the distance doesn't count as negative value. It will always be in a passive position. That's why we use absolute value to say how much are you away from your bank account. The 0 is your limit, is your boundary. So how far are you owe? My bank says I'm a -35 because I owe the bank $35. So it means you owe the bank $35, not a negative number. Clear? All right, let's have some example. So again, just to like shortcut the idea of what we're talking about, all absolute value is in a positive number. So absolute value of -4, absolute value of 11, absolute value of 1.7, absolute value of 9.7. I'm writing down the answer. It's 8. That's absolute value of -0.5 is 0.5. Remember, all the absolute value will end up in a positive number because it represents distance or the amount of money. So those two things are the category where we're using the absolute value of them. All right, but mostly this is used for distance. Here, I'll give you a minute to try to solve this problem on your own. You could pause this video and solve for it. All right, check out if you got your answers correct for the opposites of a number. All right, so as well, check if your answer for the absolute value is correct. Remember, the opposite is just the other side, and the absolute value will always be positive no matter what it is. So if you got it correct, congratulations. I'm going to be posting also the worksheet that goes with this, so you could also practice. You could always search online. And sometimes there are also answer key for that. So good luck and have a good day, everyone. Here you could pause this video and you could try this worksheet on your own. We answered already half of this. So good luck, everybody, and have a nice day. And we'll review again another lesson. I'm gonna try to review with you one at a time before school starts. Have a nice day and enjoy your weekend. Enjoy summer. Bye.